credit cards for 2021. This is going to be a no annual fee setup, but I will have some annual fee options for a little bit better in performance if you want to stick around at the end of this video. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the setup. The first card on the list is the Citi Custom Cash Card. And this card just came out a couple months ago and it's already taking a very good hold in the credit card community. Right now you earn 5% back on restaurants, gas stations, grocery stores, select travel, transit, streaming services, drugstores, home improvement stores, fitness clubs, and live entertainment. But for what we're focused on for this setup, we are going to want to focus on only using this for grocery stores because you only get 5% on your highest category. So I would only recommend using this for just one category. That way that you know you're going to get a guaranteed 5% on this. And I'm sure Citi already knows this because they're limiting how much you can get back up to $500. So only $500 of spend is going to be eligible to receive that in cash back. So a little disappointing to see that cap so low. We've seen other credit card issuers come out with these categories before, and they're usually a little bit higher. But $500 for just grocery stores is usually pretty good for just a single adult. If you do need to spend more than that, there are some other credit cards you can look at that will modify this slightly. But for a no annual fee card, this is a great addition to the setup so far. The next card on the list is the Chase Freedom Flex card. And this is another card that was released in 2021. And right now you earn 5% on $1,500 in combined purchases in the bonus categories. So this is the rotating categories that I talked about, but this is going to be an all-around rotating card. So every quarter, Chase will come out with a new set of rotating categories that this card gets 5% on. So you want to keep track of that. And then you want to register your spend in the corresponding category. So if it's grocery, then you want to use this card instead of the Citi Custom Cash Card because this has a higher limit on there. And then you can use your Citi card on a different category. And you get 5% back through the Chase UR portal. With all of that, this is just a good card to keep around in your wallet. But let's get on to the next card. So we're going to hit two birds with one stone on this, and we're going to tackle dining and streaming next. So this is the US Bank Altitude Go card, and this gets you 4% back on takeout and food and dining, which is all encompassed into one category, and 2% back on streaming services and gas stations, which is really the only two that we need to focus on for this card. So what makes this so great is a no annual fee card that then gets 4% back on grocery. The only other card to do this was the Uber card, which has now been completely nerfed by Barclays. So I don't even recommend getting that card. I think it's actually discontinued now. So it's great to see that there is another 4% cashback card just for people that want cash back that don't want to get a very expensive American Express card. You do also get a $15 credit for annual streaming services. And you may be thinking like, oh, you only get 2% cash back. But when you factor in that $15 credit, the way that this credit works is it allows you to pay 11 months of Netflix, Spotify, ESPN, any of these services, and then you'll get $15 back on that 12th month of paying it. Obviously, it depends on what streaming service you're using, but if you're someone like me, I really only pay for Spotify. So if you calculate $120 total with $10 a month, and then getting $15 back, that's a pretty good return. Okay, and now let's talk about everything else because there's always other purchases you need to make, such as the gas station and just miscellaneous purchases when nothing fits into a category. And so for this, I actually have multiple cards you could choose from. I really like using business cards for this. So like the Amex Blue Business Cash Card gets you 2% cash back or 2 MR points if you want to get into the membership rewards arena in American Express. This is a no annual fee card, but it only lets you earn that 2% up to $50,000 in one calendar year. But it does give you access to American Express offers. So that is kind of cool, but American Express isn't always the most accepted card other places. So I do have an alternative, and that is the Citi Double Cash Back card. This is 2x or 2% back on all purchases, no cap, but you don't get access to American Express offers. So you kind of have to weigh and just see how much you're going to spend and what card makes the most sense for you. But now I want to talk about Premier cards because this setup, everything I mentioned before, doesn't have any annual fees associated to it, but there are some times, especially with travel, where it does make sense to pay annual fees. And so if you're going to be paying $450 for a card, but you can get $550 back in value, then I think paying an annual fee makes sense. So these are just a couple of cards that I think are good entry level cards into the expensive of premium level credit cards. So the big draw of getting premium cards is airport lounges, a TSA credit for global entry, getting hotel status, and then flight protection. So if your flight is delayed by like 6 hours or so, then you can get all of your expenses for staying another night reimbursed. But these cards do come with a trade-off, and they're usually high annual fees. So the American Express Platinum card right here now just costs $695. The Chase Sapphire Reserve card now has its annual fee raised to $550, and the Hilton Honors Aspire card has been pretty stagnant at $450. And I think you'd be very hard pressed to require one of these, but definitely if you think that these make the most sense for your setup, I think you should definitely look into them. I also wanted to give an honorable mention to the Discover It card. This has 5% rotating categories, just like the other two cards that I mentioned in this setup. I understand that these can be very annoying to keep track of, but you really do get great value from these if you keep track of all of the different categories that these are rotating between. So with that being said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and like this video if you want to see content similar to this one. My name is Jackson, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.